Former DHS Secretary Jay Johnson, someone who has held your role before, has told me he believes the climate crisis may be the greatest threat to U.S. national security. Do you agree with that?
I think it is one of the most prominent threats that we face.
Well, that's Secretary of Homeland Security Alejandro Mayorkas on whether climate change is as big a threat to national security as the border crisis. Joining us now to debate the topic, CEO of Mason Borough Strategies and Republican strategist Luke Ball, and Dow Jones Market Watch columnist, New York Times best-selling author Ellis Henican. Good morning, gentlemen. Appreciate you coming on this morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
All right, so let's just jump right in. Luke, is climate change more of a threat than the actual border crisis?
You know, Pat Fallon likes to say that, yes, it is the climate change, but it's the political climate change that's happening around the White House that is contributing to the border crisis. We have seen migrant increases exponentially over the last few months, and it's not just been because of hotter summer months where they normally dip below the usual levels. Washington Post has reported that normally that will happen. You'll see lower numbers during the summer months, but that's not what's happened over the last few months. You've seen greater increases as a result of the Biden administration allowing people to come in. Now, folks on the left will tout that there are slightly lower numbers coming in of illegal apprehensions, but that's because of a couple of things. 70% of Border Patrol agents saying that they're being pulled to do administrative duties. Mayorkas is also counting people who are coming in illegally, but reporting it through the CBP app as non-illegal entries, although they are illegally presenting themselves at the border and coming into the United States. And there are unaccounted for minors, unaccounted for individuals coming across the border. 1.5 million gotaways under this administration. Climate change is not affecting this whatsoever. It is the political climate change.
Let me get Ellis in there. Ellis, I do think that when you factor in the humanitarian crisis, in my opinion, it's just a journey to get here. You know, they're now being told that, you know, they may even be able to get jobs. So we are telling them to come here. And you have neighborhoods that are, you know, like Staten Island, New York, that are protesting. They don't, you know, our schools are overrun. Housing, there's not enough housing for our own citizens. Is climate change really more important than this crisis?
Michael, they're both issues. But don't forget, we desperately need more immigrants in this country. We have 9.6 million unfilled jobs in America. Unemployment is at 3.5%, the lowest it's ever been recorded. We've got to get more immigrants into this country. There are always going to be some initial challenges when people come, but America's a great country. We can deal with these settlement problems, and you know what? It's actually going very well. By the way, all these people are legal. The vast majority of them are legal. They're coming in. They're reporting to the authorities. They're going through the system. They're doing every single thing that Lucas wanted them to do over the years. They're going through the asylum process.
I don't want them crossing the border illegally.
There's no reason to be all hysterical about this.
Well, I'm not hysterical about it, but I am concerned with the fact that we've had 125 members on the terrorist watch list cross into the United States under Mayorkas' control. That we're having anywhere from 6,000 to 10,000 migrants come over illegally every single month, and we've had 1.5 million gotaways at the border. We don't know who these people are that are coming in, and I've been down to the border, Ellis. Have you been down to the border? And I've seen the wristbands where people are being paid to go to the border.
Guys, hold on. I'm not sure.
My goodness, Luke, just take a breath, my friend.
No, I will take a breath, Ellis, but I'll tell you why I'm so passionate about this. I've been down at the border, and I've seen the tags that people have ripped off because they're paying the cartels money. I've seen children who are brought over into the United States illegally and then recycled back into people over across the Mexico border, being presented as a family unit. They're treated differently. There's literally child recycling and child smuggling going down at the border. We don't know where these children are. We don't know where these migrants are.
Hold on one second.
Ellis, hold on,
Luke.
Trying to make a
Luke, you're making some very, very good points.
This is human smuggling, drug smuggling happening, and 4.6 billion people could have been killed.
Luke, I want to get Ellis in there for a second. Ellis, specifically, Luke is making a very good point. When it's not done the traditional way, you know, through completely legal channels, what you have are coyotes and cartels taking advantage of these people. We have 85,000 children right now that the U.S. government not sure where they are, and reports are coming in that they're working in sweatshops and things like that. So isn't the system a little broken, and doesn't it need to be done legally?
Well, we would be better if we had a comprehensive immigration reform, and Republicans in the Congress would go along with that. But that said, what Lucas is not pointing out is that the vast majority of these people are coming through the system that has been passed by Congress. They're doing exactly what we want them to do. We need more workers in this country because of all this hostility like Luke has been expressing toward immigrants. I don't know whether Luke's family—
I'm not expressing hostility. I would love illegal immigrants to come to the border. I would love for the United States to have a system. And what you can't tell me to shut up, Ellis. You're accusing me of something. We have limited time left. Well, I want a system where we have legal immigrants coming into the United States who are doing it the appropriate way, that are not enabling smugglers, that are not enabling the drug cartels, that are not enabling the gangs down in Mexico and Honduras. I am sick and tired of seeing human trafficking and human smuggling. So if I'm a little passionate about it, forgive me for being passionate about being against
fair
human
enough, but I
smuggling
got 30 seconds left. Ellis, the last 30 seconds is yours. Go ahead. Uninterrupted.
Let me see if I can say this a little calm. We do need workers in this country because we have so many unfilled jobs. These people are coming in legally. There will be some initial settlement issues trying to get people focused. There's going to be a little fight about resources. Who pays for this? Does the city pay it? Does the state pay it? Do the feds pay? But in the end, this hostility toward immigrants and a refusal to come to grips with these problems, the yelling, Luke, won't change the reality. This is the situation we're in America. You can be as horrible as you want to these migrants, but it does not change who
I will
we
be
are.
horrible to the 128 people who are on the terrorist watch. Yes, because you're accusing me of being horrible.
I'm going to call it, guys. Both of you, hold on. I got to wrap this up, but I will say this. No one said that anyone wants to be horrible, and I think that's inappropriate. I don't dislike immigrants, but when you say that they're coming in through the way Congress has, lawfully passed, that's just not true. It's not legal. But we got to leave it there. Ellis Henican, Luke Paul, thank you so very much. I appreciate you joining. Thank you. It's always a spirited debate with those two.